You know what? I just give a shit. I know we're gonna go through some Reddit things, even though, like, nobody likes it. Every time when I'm uploading such a video, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody. Really nobody. I can just actually have a really kinda, even though I actually also tried it out, like having a fucking clickbaity fucking title. And also just thumbnail, and especially thumbnail, but it doesn't work. Quite doesn't. I don't actually know why, kind of. You know, but yeah. Anyway, we're gonna go through some Reddit questions and maybe even some memes. We're gonna see. You know, we're gonna see after the intro. And the intro is lagging for some reasons that I don't know. I really don't know. I just don't get it. Why, when I'm using this motherfucking microphone, that everything is fucked. Maybe it's just the USB. Maybe there's just more power just flowing to this, which just kind of creates some tension anywhere. But yeah, I don't know. With this being said, hello and welcome back to the next episode of the Self-Development with Tactics podcast. But we're just gonna go ahead. First image, I've actually also had a look at. Fortunately, it is a transformation, and it's actually a pretty cool transformation. Oh no, I didn't want to have that. Fuck you, please. Why is everything dying? Why is everything dying? Please don't die, my computer. Please don't do this to me, because look with the passcode. I fuck your passcode. Your mother is blocked with a fucking passcode. Shut up. Go away. Thank you. I just don't know why everything's fucked. Like fucking Windows motherfucking thing pisses me off as well. The only thing that I could close is I just have to. Yeah, save it, motherfucking bitch. Just come on. I just wanna do the episode. So should be a little tiny bit better. I hope at least. Kind of not seeing it, but yeah, anyway. There's also some design stuff. There's also a broadcast of a dog apparently, which is having like 40k viewers, which is insane. But yeah, and there is a story, and it says, well, today actually nothing works. True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future, not to assume ourselves with our hopes or fears, but the rest is satisfied. Yeah. True happiness is to enjoy the present. Yeah, kind of. Even though, like, I mean, if I just take it out, without anxious dependence upon the future. Yeah, definitely. It's the most important part of the whole thing, because, I mean, then I can be like, oh, I'm gonna drink all day long because then I really feel good every single day, and I'm gonna just smoke my head away just so fucking much. But nah, not a good idea. You shouldn't be doing that, because it's just not good. Because you apparently are not gonna get dumb, because it's just not the alcohol per se that is making you dumb, but it's not healthy. Your liver is gonna die pretty quickly, and it is very short-term thinking, because, I mean, yeah, this is why I just like this edition, you know? Okay, you just also have to be not anxious about whatever is gonna come in the future, if you just wanna really be happy, because if I'm just drinking all day long, I'm gonna be concerned that I'm gonna get a just really dumb motherfucker in the future, because I probably will as well, because, like, yeah, long story short, I think it is a cool thing. Quarantine time made me become aware of my physical and mental health, which is a good thing. I think we all just are able to see things maybe, and recognize things maybe, and have a little bit more time to think. And by the way, I'm actually not that unproductive. Like, a lot of people are just pissed off that they're just unproductive and shit, but I kind of feel like I'm doing more than ever. Quite, you know, really quite. But yeah, anyway. Anyway, today I learned killer bees were created in an attempt to breed tamer and more manageable bees. This was done by crossing a European honeybee and an African bee, but instead the offspring became aggressive and highly defensive bees that have escaped into the wild. Yes, which is apparently the truth, which is a really cool thing. We've done it. Amazing. I know it's amazing that we've done that. It's amazing that we've fucked the whole planet. Just good. You know, just a proper thing, I'd say. But I actually want to go through more of the Today I Learned, because I kind of have a feeling that there is a lot of cool things there. Today I learned Detroit holds the record for the city with the most rejected bids to host the Olympics. And I wonder why. Like, of course, I do assume that it is a lot of work if you're the major, if you are just whoever. To just organize that, to have security there, to just all those little things as well. I think they all add up in the end. And yeah. Today I learned King George V was euthanized or killed. Okay, thank you for the explanation. When injected with fatal doses of morphine and cocaine in his deathbed, so that the announcement was in the morning papers rather than the less appropriate evening journals. But why is this an important just aspect of the whole thing? Today I learned King George V was killed when injected with failed doses of morphine and cocaine. Yeah, it makes sense, in his deathbed. Okay, so that's the announcement was in the morning papers rather than in the less appropriate evening journals. I just, well, okay. Today I learned the obelisk that stands at the center of St. Peter's Square in Vatican City is 4,000-year-old Egyptian obelisk that was brought to Rome from Alexandria by Caligula in 37 AD, which is after declaration. I don't know, what is AD? Like, to be real now, what is AD? I know what it is. Anno Domini used to indicate that a date comes the specific number of years after the traditional date of Christ's birth. AD, Anno Domini. Really sounds Italian, by the way. Quanti anni ha? How old are you in Italian? So shout out to all the Italian guys. I hope you're doing fine. And just girls as well. Like, I hope you're doing fine as well. Hope you're fine. Hope you're doing good. Today I learned when Boeing fired over 70,000 employees in Seattle during the 1970s, Boeing bust a billboard was placed on a highway leaving Seattle stating, "Will the last person leaving Seattle turn out the lights?" I don't get it. But yeah, anyway. Today I learned about Wangari Maathai, the first African woman to win the Nobel Peace Prize. She founded the Green Belt movement that helped plant 30 million trees and empower women to get involved in social change. Like that. Love that. Amazing thing. Like really too, it kind of sounded ironic, but I really mean it. Today I learned of John Frederick Parker, the bodyguard assigned to Abraham Lincoln on the night of his assassination. Not only was he 3 hours 3 hours late, but he left his post to get a drink at a saloon next door. It was during that Booth entered the box seats where Lincoln was sitting and shot the president. This person must have felt just really bad, I assume. Like, I mean, if you're just the only reason why something like that happened, then no, not that cool. Today I learned in Saxony, sometime in the early 1900s, a lady asked a man standing in uniform on a train station platform to move her trunk. He replied, "Madam, I am not a porter, I only look like one." The man turned out to be Frederick August III, King of Saxony. Well. You know, but I think it is a cool thing that he took it like that, and not like, "Okay, what did you say to me? I'm gonna kill you because I'm the fucking king, motherfucker." Like he could have, of course, but it's pretty like not cool. I guess I like the humble stuff and stuff, you know, but I'm not sure. Today I learned that there is only one film of Queen Victoria filmed during her last visit to Ireland. The only Victorian film from the 1900s, now upscaled to 4K 50 FPS. I do wonder how to upscale things. Because, I mean, if it is real 4K, which is good, unless it is like, kind of like, okay, of course something can be 4K, but this doesn't necessarily mean that it is a good video, so that the quality is good of the video. It really doesn't mean that. I mean, I can record a just 1080p video that is better than the 4K one, because I mean, if the 4K one is just pixely and stuff, then it's shit, quite. Today I learned that the Australian serial killer... No, I'm not gonna go through that, I don't give a fuck. Today I learned about a man that taught himself how to pick the unpickable lock boxes of payphones. He stole an estimated $500,000 in quarters from phones in 30 states, taunted the FBI, and was featured on America's Most Wanted twice. After getting caught, he had to pay back $800. Is it like, I do wonder why. I mean, if this is true, like we can never be sure. But why? Like why just only $800? I mean, it is a cool thing for him because, I mean, if it is unpickable and he did it, then just well done, motherfucker. On the other hand, it is just illegal shit and stuff, so yeah, not cool. Today I learned research shows that cats may reflect the personality of the owner in the same way a parent's personality can affect their children or child. There is some evidence of similar personality traits of owners in cats. Which means that if you're a piece of shit, then your cat is also going to be a piece of shit, apparently. Today I learned Jim Jones, the cult leader famous for the mass suicide of Jonestown, was a racial integrationist and helped racially integrate various types of public places in Indianapolis in the 60s and got humanitarian award for it. The mass suicide of Jonestown. Not a cool thing. If you're just having crippling depression, or if you just are crippled because of your depression, I highly suggest you seeking some help. I think you can do this online nowadays as well. relatively easily, and especially in these days where just going outside might not be the best idea. But get yourself some help. Like, this is why we're having it, quite. And as I said, I think there's also a lot of places online, also on Reddit actually, there's a lot of people that are gonna help you and gonna talk to you actually. So also think about doing that, I guess. I mean, life is really cool. And of course, like, I can say that because I am just naturally, I'd say, good mood and stuff, and not having any depression. Also had no depression, I'd say. And so it's just a little bit like a, yeah, of course thing. Like, yeah. But yeah, do me a kind of the favor, if this kind of helps, I guess, to just go for that maybe. Today I learned of Alice Blanton, a woman who was so knocked out after having ingesting a large amount of poppy tea that a doctor pronounced her dead. She was quickly buried but exhumed when people could hear her voice from the grave. She was so close to death she was once again accidentally buried alive. What the fuck? She was so close to death she was once again accidentally buried alive. I mean, this just must be a fucked up thing. If you wake up and like, shit, not good. Not a good sign. Should not be there. Should not be in this grave. Should not be... But I mean, like, how can this happen? Like, of course, it's an old story, I assume? Yeah, I assume. But yeah, anyway, like, yeah. Today I learned there were two economic recessions called the Great Depression, and the more famous one being in 1929 and the other one happening 56 years earlier, now referred to as the Long Depression. Yeah, they have been there, and we're hopefully not gonna get there anytime soon. Today I learned about Francine Gottfried, a clerical worker on Wall Street whose curvaceous figure gave her international famous Wall Street sweater girl. On September the 19th, 1968, over 5,000 spectators gathered to watch Gottfried walk to work. Trading came to a virtual halt and police shut down the road. I do wonder. I do actually want to check that out because I'm not fully getting it. Not fully getting it, the stuff, you know. I see. It's just, I don't know if this is like a serious source. I don't really think so. Working in financial question is now why? Is it because of her huge fucking tits that all the motherfucking people looked and stuff? By this point, the crowd itself had become the phenomenon, drawing the crowd on the following day, September. 5,000 financial district employees downed tools, left work and poured into the streets at 1:15 p.m. to watch the 5'3" brunette exit the BMT station clad in a tight yellow sweater and miniskirt and walk to her job at the Chemical Bank New York Trust Company's downtown data processing center. The fuck? Police closed the streets and escorted her through the mob, which damaged 3 cars as men climbed on the roofs to gain a better view. What the fucking hell? What the fucking hell? Why? Why are we doing this? Well, yeah, anyway. Anyway, can you please? Thank you. Today I learned, can you please shut the fuck up? Today I learned that cellulite is more of a secondary sexual characteristic than a condition almost all adult women have it. There is no healthy or reasonable way to get rid of it. But I wouldn't also say that even though you're just doing sport, I think it's not going to solve it fully. Just for some people. I think it just also has something to do with genetics and stuff, of course. But yeah. Today I learned during the 1999 University of Chicago scavenger hunt, one of the teams managed to build a working nuclear reactor from scratch. Which is not that of a cool thing, I say. Today I learned that while the dwarf planet beyond Pluto is officially named Iris, whatever, and its moon is Dysnomia, they are unofficially called Xana and Gabriella. Okay, the more I know. Today I learned of a William A. Jackson, a former slave who had served Jefferson Davis. He routinely observed communications between Davis and other Confederate officials. When he fled north in 1861, he gave the Union detailed information about Confederate military deployments, supply issues, and planning. Today in 2006, 3 men tried to steal a koala from a Queensland, Australia zoo. They gave up after the koala scratched the shit out of them. Which is quote unquote. So they stole a crocodile. Instead. Yeah, I just have to imagine it. Just people being like, well, I'm gonna steal this fucking koala. And the koala is like, You're not doing this, motherfucker. You're not gonna do that. And then they decide, well, just let's take a crocodile then. What must be wrong? Today I learned in 2014, Walter Williams was pronounced dead. Paperwork was completed, he was put in a body bag and taken to a funeral home. When he was taken to the embalming room, his legs began to move and the coroner noticed him lightly breathing. He was still alive. 2 weeks later, he died for real. Well, yeah, it must be a pretty shitty thing. Today I learned mushroom management is where employees are told about the ideas of or general state of the company and are given work without knowing its purpose. So called because they are kept in a dark and fat bullshit. Today I learned that a fake city of 30,000 people was built in Tennessee during World War II as a front for a nuclear research facility. Today I learned that spiders can regrow limbs assuming they have at least one molt cycle left in their lifetime. The limb starts smaller, then its other limbs can grow bigger until normal size. After each molt, this can however come at cost of the overall size of the spider. Cool. Quite cool. Like, of course, you know, I mean, if you're just really small, then today I learned instead of pass or fail, Japanese students used to receive college entrance exam results via telegram with the message, cherry blossoms are blooming, pass, or cherry blossoms are falling, fail. Doesn't matter, I guess. Today I learned that in 1992, National Public Radio ran a spot from former President Richard Nixon saying he was running for president again. It was an actor and not Nixon, and the segment was an April Fool's prank. Fuck yeah, by the way, today's the 1st of April. Today I learned that in 1992, National Public Radio ran a spot with... Oh my god. I maybe should end the episode then. Today I learned in 1885, British criminal John Bawakum survived 3 attempts of execution by hanging. He was dubbed the man who could not be hung. His sentence was changed to live in prison and was released 22 years later. I do wonder how this can happen. Quite. Today I learned Stan Loren of Lauren Hardy would always graciously reply to fan letters and phone calls. His phone number was listed in the telephone directory, and fans could dial the phone to speak to him directly. Dick Van Dyke called Laurel when starting out and did an impression of him on his show. Cool thing. This, I'm just nitpick something. Today I learned that since the 13th century, the German princely house of Reuss has named all its male children Heinrich, who are identified by a number. Numbers are assigned in birth order and roll order each century. The current patriarch is Heinrich the 14th, whose 2 sons are named Heinrich and Heinrich the 5th. Why is one Heinrich the 5th and the other one is Heinrich the 29th? I guess. I'm not quite sure, but I guess. I do want to, but what role do they have? Do they just have something cooler or something? Or just are they known as like Prince and some shit? It's actually a Wikipedia article. By the way, I still don't get why Wikipedia is not a good source when it comes to just writing some official documents in terms of like some diploma and some shit. It's a fucked up thing. Principality of Reuss-Gera, Fürstentum Reuss-Gera. And it's been a thing till 1918. The flag was the German flag, but just different. And there's nobody living. Minister of State History, the princely house, government prince, Counts of Plauen, a notable member of his family, Augusta, blah 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 blah. I do just want to know if there's still somebody alive of them. I mean, it goes back to, which is a cool thing. I, by the way, don't know my family tree and shit. Oh, there is actually. Oh, Prince Heinrich II, born in 2004. So I just, the fuck. I just wonder. Like, it is a really complicated shit there, actually. Heinrich, Count of Junior line, 3rd surviving son dynasty survive in 2015. 3rd surviving son descent survive, blah blah blah. So there's one born in 2004. I see. So Prince Heinrich III had 2 sons. One's Prince Heinrich the 12th, yeah, and the other one was Prince Heinrich the 17th. Did they just kind of just make something up or something? Oh no, it's the 20, no, the 19th, the first one, and the other one is the 17th. No, it's the 21st and the 17th. Nah, I can't read this shit. Not that good at it. And they all have sons. One of them has 3 sons, and they all are called Prince. You just have to just kind of imagine, like if you're having a cousin and your cousin's just completely named the same as you are. Strange thing, but a cool thing. Strange thing, but a cool thing. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end the episode there. So I wish you the best health, full of happiness, and also success, and also hope that you're gonna remind yourself when you're gonna be remembered, which basically means your legacy, and basically means just being a nice person, and then being remembered as a nice person. But yeah, hope we're gonna see you next time. So 3 other questions that I'm having for you are: why are you here? What are you trying to change? And what is bothering you the most? These 3 questions are hopefully going to show you your purpose and maybe even a business idea. And yeah, that's it. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Like, I really appreciate that. I really appreciate the time you take and the willpower, but it's not working. But I really do wonder if there's just a lot of money in the family. Probably. This article may be expanded with text translation. So I do think that the German, yeah, of course, like it kind of makes sense. The German one is a little tiny bit more expanded. Oh, they even have been, I don't know what this is called, but Fürsten, they have been till 1928. Oh, they decided, because I'm just reading it and I'm just good and can translate that, they decided to start every century with the number 1. So because if you wouldn't be doing something like that, then you would have had just really big numbers in the next generation and in the next generation and whatnot. But I still just wonder how they determined who is named how and stuff. Like, yeah. Is there something else? The family tree should be there as well. Or not. It's actually not there. Are you fucking kidding me? No, there's actually no fucking family tree there. But I mean, I have to say, like, there's a lot of, I think, a lot of those families, I'd say, isn't it the case? Like, probably, like, it just way more countries. There's like just some what are they called? Like those we know that there have been kings and princes and stuff before, but nowadays it's just worthless. Quite. I mean, it's not like just the only one, I guess, at least. Bye bye.